Alright, here I am at the Northline Road railroad crossing in Romulus, Michigan. Now this right here is another rather neat crossing owned by the CSX Saginaw subdivision in the south portion, where it's, I would say, way more busier than the Lake State territory in the north portion where I live near. And I decided to tour this crossing. I just got it in action, but I missed the train, so technically not really. I got it in action, but yeah, and this does feature some pretty weird, pretty neat and unusual and weird equipment here, so I decided to give it a quick tour and I guess, you know, expand to the collection of the southern Saginaw Sub crossings that I've toured. So I guess with all that said, I'll explain as I go on. Let's get on to it. So for the first signal, this has a SafeTran double-sided base, and here's the emergency information in the dot tag, and the dot number is 232185A, as you can see. Says it up there. But yeah, and for the gate mechanism, which is the weird part, this has an unlabeled gate mechanism. Now I believe this is a Siemens gate mechanism or a SafeTran gate mechanism where they completely forgot to imprint the logo into, which is really weird. I've never seen this before. It's kind of like a Mill Street with the stamped logo gate mechanism, but this one's like completely gone. That logo is completely unknown. So I would say this is either a SafeTran or Siemens gate mechanism. But yeah, and this features some NEG LED gate lights. No wind guard on this one. I believe these are NEG. Yeah. Actually, correction, these are Rico LED gate lights, as you can see. They're all with the older logo. But yeah. And for the lights on this one, this has two pairs of SafeTran 12x24 inch light heads with Leotech EV series LEDs in them, or Western Cullen Hayes second generation. Yep. And these are all sitting on a SafeTran light bracket. Yep, as you can see. And for a bell, this has a General Signals Type 2 electronic bell set on medium volume. So that right there is the first signal, which is pretty interesting with the really weird unlabeled gate mechanism. Now, one thing worth mentioning, before I go ahead and move on to the second signal, I'm gonna go ahead and tour these two right here. Now, this is the more interesting part of the crossing, are the pedestrian signals right here, as you can see, which guards this large sidewalk and nature trail that usually bikes and people ride on and whatnot. But yeah, now let's go ahead and take a look at these and what this has to offer. So for this next signal, this one has a WRS base. Yep, WRS. And here's the emergency information for this signal. Now this has a different dot number, so the dot number for this one is 232184T. And as you can see, this has an inverted stop on red signal sign, which is heavily fading away, and also a very faded 2-track sign, as you can see. And for the light on this one, I believe this is just one SafeTran or Cerami 12-inch incandescent light. And when this flashes, this shows the word stop on it in all red capital letters. And this is really sitting on its own bracket, as you can see. It's either Cerami or SafeTran, judging from the visor shape, or RRSC, one of those three. But yeah, and for the bell on this one, this has a NEG electronic bell right on top of this one, which replaced a mechanical bell of some sort in the past. So yeah, that was the first pedestrian signal. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is even weirder, I have to say. So, and for the next one, this one has a Federal Signal base, as you can see. Has a Federal Signal base, but it has the WRS cover plate. And here's some emergency information once again, and once again an inverted stop on red signal sign and an inverted 2-track sign, which is, both of these are heavily fading away. And for the light on this one, this has one more of these 12-inch incandescent lights, either Cerami, SafeTran, or RRSC, one of those three. And once again, this is incandescent, and it shows the lettering stop in all red in it, sitting on its own bracket. And for a bell on this one, this has a SafeTran mechanical bell, which is sadly dead. I just saw this crossing in action. As you can see, it is in very poor shape. And this has the Louisville, Kentucky logo on it, which kind of makes this kind of rare. This is like an early SafeTran mechanical bell. Now, I'm going to go ahead and shake the mast to see if I can make it ring, but I doubt it. But let's give it a shot anyway. Yeah, you can kind of hear it. Let me go and shake the other side. And you can see the patent right on the side. So, yeah, let's go ahead and shake it. Yeah, you can kind of hear the bell. So, yeah, those were the two pedestrian signals. Pretty neat stuff. I never thought I would see these here, especially on the Saginaw Sub. Now, with those two toured, now let's go ahead and cross the road and look at the final gated signal that is on this road. It's a busy road, so I'll have to cross with caution. So yep, all clear. But yeah, here is the final signal of the crossing, which is similar to the first gated signal. This one has another SafeTran double-sided base. And here's the emergency information for this once again. And as you can see, they stickered this over because it kind of faded off. But yeah, and for the gate mechanism, this has an Invencies rail gate mechanism, as you can see. And these are, and this one is featuring some more, whoops, almost fell. More Rico LED gate lights, no wind guard on this one. But yeah. And for the lights on this one, this has two pairs of Western Cullen Hayes 12x24 inch second generation LEDs with the rounded back light heads, all sitting on a Western Cullen Hayes light bracket. Hold on, let me get a better view of this. Now I believe these all replaced some incandescent lights in the past. So there you have it. And for a bell, this has another NEG electronic bell. So yeah, that's pretty neat stuff. A total of 4 bells, but only 3 of them work. So this right here was the Northline Road railroad crossing here in Romulus, Michigan. Here's the relay case. Now this is close to Huron Township, but it's still in Romulus because the diamond's just down there. So speaking of which, let's go ahead and take a look at the track view. Down there is heading north towards the Romulus Diamond, towards Goddard Road, Bibbin Street, and Grant Street, I think that crossing is called. But yeah, you can see CSX Main 1 and Main 2. And eventually this does head to a junction where it forms into one track. So down there is heading south towards the new Boston area. You can see where a few tracks branch out where they put some stuff in storage. Eventually towards the TDSI area in Huron Township towards Pennsylvania and Sibley Road. So yeah. But yeah, I guess with all that said, I might have to get a better video of this in action sometime because I just filmed a short. So with that said, this was the Northline Road railroad crossing in Romulus, Michigan. Pretty interesting stuff here, needless to say. Some rare elements too. So yeah, I guess with all that said, over and out.